friends, welcome to the Planet X2 channel. My name is John. On this channel we talk all things physical media, movies, music, and books. If you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe down below for more of that kind of content. Friends, this is a pickups video, and it is from one of my favorite places on planet Earth, and that is the Video Game Movie Dome. Pam, my friend, it's her store. She runs a store. They actually have a second location. She has one now. I got to visit it while I was there, and so that's been really cool to see her business just expand. It's amazing. Honestly, it's my favorite place to get movies in the whole world. I absolutely love it there. If you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I am a monster fan of Pam and the Video Game Movie Dome. So I recently got to go there maybe a month ago, and it had been a long time since I'd been there. I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't get there. Schedule was nuts, or Pam wasn't going to be there at the time, so I wanted to make sure, get to see her, catch up, and so I did, and it was really, really fun. It's a long drive for me, but it's totally worth it. So I picked up a bunch of stuff. I had stuff to trade in, and so I traded in some stuff, picked up some stuff, and while I'm there also, it's in Fancy's Flea Market, this indoor flea market, which is amazing, and there are so many stands that have music, and I always go there and go through the music. I spent probably an hour and a half going through CDs, and so I always leave there as well, grabbing some music. So before I dive into the movies from the Video Game Movie Dome that Pam helped me find, I do want to share with you what I picked up from this one place at Fancy's, which I always go to buy music, and I always find amazing stuff. So anyway, I've got 6 albums. I'll rip through these real quick and we'll go straight to the movies. So I'm not the biggest REM fan, but everywhere I go, if I find an album of theirs I don't have, I grab it. And I think one day I want to listen to them all in order. But I know their biggest hits. But anyway, I picked up Green, REM Green. Didn't have that in the collection. Thought I would grab that. Next, I'll show you Incubus. I didn't have this. Monuments and Melodies, kind of a best of. And I do enjoy their music quite a bit. I have one of their albums, so glad to have this one. Next one is a phenomenal album. It's a great concert. If you ever see it, you can watch it. I think there's a Blu-ray or a DVD release of this. And it's Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds live at Radio City. It's an amazing show. This is a phenomenal concert. Check it out if you've never seen it. I've got one band and then one other solo artist. So this band I'm a big fan of. I have this album of theirs, a special edition, but the disc is a little messed up. So this one is perfectly clean. It's a POD Satellite, which is probably my favorite record, the most memorable, notable record. It's a great album. And then the Warriors EP Volume 2. I didn't have that in the collection, and I have most of their stuff. Thought I'd grab that. And then the last one, if you've never heard of this fella, you need to go listen to him. His stuff is incredible. I love him. I have some of his stuff on CD, and one day I'll pick the rest up on vinyl. But it's so good. And this is what introduced me to him. And I had this years ago and then sold off my entire collection of music. And so glad to have found this again. And it is Gary Clark Jr., the Bright Lights EP. Bright Lights is the song that got me hooked on Gary Clark Jr. It is unreal. Check him out. He is ridiculously good. Anyway, Gary Clark Jr., that's the music. Everything else is going to be movies now. I'll break them up into 4 different sections. So here's just some standard Blu-ray stuff. I didn't have this. I think I had it in the past. I did have it in the past, and I traded in. I think I had a 3D edition, traded in. So this is a standard Blu-ray edition with slip of World War Z. I do love this movie. It's really great. So glad to have this back in the collection. This one, Die Hard with a Vengeance, is my second favorite Die Hard film. Funny thing is that I just bought the 5-film collection. I got it for $2.50 on Blu-ray. So this one I don't need now, but I did pick it up at the Dome not long ago. Behind Enemy Lines, I really enjoy this one. Owen Wilson, I'm a fan of him, so this was fun to watch again. I hadn't seen that one in quite some time. This is a film that I had years ago. I think I traded it, and I missed it. I wanted to watch it again, so I have it in the collection, and it's just going to stay in the collection this time. And it's Matt Damon in Elysium, and I did get it with the slip cover. Glad to have that one back to check out. You're going to see a theme in this one. There are some films that I didn't have or I had in the past that I picked up again. This one is Pirates of the Caribbean. Picked this one up. I like the first one. I think I had the collection, but the first one is the one that I really enjoy the most. And so glad to have this one with slip on Blu-ray. This is one that I have had in the past, and I watched it and I thought it was okay, but I believe Tim Talks Talkies is a monster fan of this film, And when I heard him talking about it recently, I decided I need to check this one out again. It's a Christopher Nolan film. Dunkirk does come with a slip. So I'm looking forward to watching this one again. And he spoke so highly of it, why it's such a great film. So I need to check this one out again. I love Nolan, and yeah, glad to have this one to revisit. What do we have next here? I did have this one in the past before as well, and I think I watched it at the wrong time and I got rid of it. I traded it in or gave it to someone, but I thought I'd give it another shot because I'm a huge fan of Michael Shannon, and I watched it again recently and I absolutely loved it. I think it was just the wrong time the first time I watched it. It's Midnight Special. If you've never seen it, it's a really interesting science fiction film, and it's different. It's really different, but I enjoyed it very, very much. Midnight Special, check it out. This one I didn't have. I had the standard edition, the regular edition, but this is Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan director's cut. And the artwork on this is phenomenal, and I'd never seen the director's cut, so I thought I'd pick that one up. This one I had in the collection, but I didn't give this one away because I didn't like it. A friend of mine, I had a steelbook version of this, and a friend of mine here in the collecting community is a monster fan of the film, so I sent it to him because he deserves it. He's a monster fan of the film. So I was looking to pick the film up again, and I found it. Pam found it for me, and it's a Gladiator with Russell Crowe. So glad to have this one back in the collection, standard release. And then this is one I haven't seen before, and it's a fairly new release, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. And it is a Steven Spielberg film, and it is The Fabelmans. So it did come with the slip. I've heard really good things about it, and looking forward to actually checking this one out. So yeah, that'll be a watch. It'll be a watch that happens fairly soon. Next, I'll show you. So I'm not the biggest superhero fan. It's going to seem like it with the rest, well, not the rest, but many of these films I'm about to show you. But I had some holes in the collection, and I recently watched the upcoming Flash trailer, and it looked so good that I was like, I need to have these other DC films. I need to catch up and reacquaint myself with the story. So there's some DC stuff in here. There's some Marvel stuff in here. So anyway, Aquaman with a slip, thought I'd grab that one. Batman vs. Superman with slip, the Ultimate Edition, thought I'd grab that one. Again, I just want to prep myself, get ready for this Flash film coming out. This one, I don't think it'll have anything to do with it, but I did have fun with it. I saw it in theater. Suicide Squad, the extended cut, again with slip. And the rest is MCU stuff that I had holes. Thought I'd fill those holes. Captain America, the First Avenger, that comes with slip. I recently got the second and third Captain America on Disney for free with points. This next one is Doctor Strange with slip. The first one, I just recently got this on 4K, so this is won't be kept in the collection. This, though, I didn't have, and I've seen it once on streaming, so looking forward to watching it on the big screen. And it is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Looking forward to revisiting that one. And then neither of these are amazing, but the second two I have in the collection, I was like, I just gotta have all four. Thor, the first one, it's on 3D. This is also 3D edition with slip. Thor: The Dark World. I love the Thor storyline, so I need to revisit these ones. Glad to have them again in the collection. Now we'll go to, I have two Disney films, and then we're gonna go to 4K. I'm collecting the earlier Disney stuff, so old stuff, which is no surprise if you follow this channel. And so I'm trying to get all of those with slip. So I picked up Dumbo with slip and Alice in Wonderland. This is the 60th anniversary edition. So I am looking to pick up all of the older stuff. I think the only thing I need now is Fantasia. I think it's the only older Disney animated film that I need. Now I want to show you what I picked up on 4K. These are all upgrades for me, so I did just swap out in my collection the films that I already had on Blu-ray, but now I'm glad to have them on 4K. The first one is Batman Begins. I don't have The Dark Knight Rises on 4K, so I need to pick that one up at some point, and that'll give me the trilogy on 4K. I am a massive Spider-Man fan, so while I'm not a giant MCU fan, it seems like I am. I do like a lot of the films, but Spider-Man for sure. I grew up watching Spider-Man and reading Spider-Man. So I wanted to update my stuff to 4K. So I have Spider-Man Far From Home on 4K with slip. Spider-Man Homecoming, no slip on this one. Maybe I'll find that thrifting someday. And I already have the third Spider-Man film. I picked up the Walmart edition with a slip the day it was released on 4K, and I upgraded this one, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, on 4K with slip. So glad to have those on 4K. So those are my 4K upgrades. And then two more items to show you. This one is an Olive Films release on Blu-ray. And let me see the date on this is 1947, black and white. Teresa Wright and Robert Mitchum in Pursued. So I was so pumped when Pam contacted me, said she had this title available. And so glad to have this in the collection and get to watch it for the first time. And then she also had this. It's a Kino Lorber release. It's a Kino Lorber box set. And I didn't have any of these films. I've never seen any of these films, but I'm a huge fan of him. And it is a Cary Grant collection. 3-film collection. It's a really nice box set. And the 3 films are Big Brown Eyes, Wedding Present, and Ladies Should Listen. So really excited to have this one and to be able to see these 3 films for the first time and have them on Blu-ray as well. So friends, as I always say, check out the Video Game Movie Dome. Pam has her own YouTube channel. You can find her on Facebook. You can find her on Instagram. And check out her store. Contact her, let her know what your wish list is, and she will find films for you. It's amazing. There's sometimes I contact her, and sometimes it's within 24 hours she's already found them. But anyway, she's an awesome, awesome person. She's helped me find so many films for my collection, and I can't recommend her more in the Video Game Movie Dome. So you can buy, she can ship it to you. Great rates on shipping. The pricing at the Video Game Movie Dome is amazing. Or if you get the chance to go visit, I highly recommend that you visit her store because it's just a great place. And you get to meet Pam and hang out a little bit and talk movies. So anyway, friends, that's what I picked up recently, Video Game Movie Dome. I hope to go back again maybe this summer. I hope you're doing well, friends. Let me know if you've seen those, what you think of those, and I hope you're doing well. Please do take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.